Sometimes we seek perfection, and when we fall short, we're very hard on ourselves, thinking that the end goal is to be perfect. But perfection does not exist, only improvement, because we can always improve no matter how good we are. And we compare ourselves to others thinking that because we're not where they are, that it's not achievable, and we think that what they're doing is perfect and that they're just so talented that we can never get there. But we all have our own flaws. We all have our own imperfections. And each of us has our own strengths as well. So just work on what your strength is. Whatever your talent is that you enjoy, work on that. And other people may think the same of you, and they may think that they can never be as good as you at any talent that you have or a hobby. And don't do things to try to be better than everyone else. Sure, there are competitions, but the goal of doing a hobby or working on your talent is to be the best that you can be. And after all, that's the best we can do. I mean, we are human after all. We're not perfect, and no one can ever be perfect. I've had many times where I think that I'm not good enough or that I should give up or quit because I'm thinking of the end goal and it seems so far away, and it just feels like it can never be accomplished because there's this so much to overcome and there's so much time and so much work. And if you spend a lot of time worrying about that, worrying about the end goal, worrying about how much you have left to do, then that's just going to be time wasted that you could be using to work on yourself, to better yourself, to improve yourself. And I find a great satisfaction in improving myself. I like to look back and see how far I've come and how much I've overcome in life to get where I am. And the days that I'm having a hard time getting through something, I just look back on that and I think to myself about where I once was in life and how things were. And I look back on how I was then, and back then I thought to myself that I could never be where I am now. I thought that it just wasn't possible, that I couldn't achieve that I just didn't have the talent. And then you get there and then you ask yourself, why did I spend so much time complaining when I should have just tried my best and just kept doing what I was doing? And no matter how good you get, you can always improve. And when you do reach your goal, whatever it is that you're looking for, when you get there, don't think that you should rest or give up or be satisfied with where you are. Sometimes we can get content with where we're at and think that there's no point in trying anymore. But there will be days or times when something will happen that knocks you down and you've got to build yourself back up. And that's why it's good to always continue working on yourself and improving what you're doing, so that when those days come and they knock you down, they're a lot easier to overcome and get through. And just keep working on yourself. And as I've said before, don't work on yourself because you need validation from other people, or you think that to be of any value in the world, that you need validation from others or the opinions of others to be of any importance. Sure, positive opinions from others can help, and the people around you, family and friends, but don't do it for that. Do it because you enjoy it. Do it because it's something that helps give you meaning to your life. It helps give you a purpose. And I do see people that are making bad choices in life and they're going the wrong path, and it's because they gave up on what they were doing and they thought there was no point in doing it because they looked at the other people around them and seen how good they were. And my advice to people that are successful at something is to not put others down and tell them that it can't be done. Because that can destroy life. Because someone can be in a position where they're not in a very positive mind state. And they'll be working on something and they look up to a successful person or a great artist. And when that person tells them that you don't have the talent and that you can't do it, it can be really devastating. And I've had people that were successful in art and in other areas of life that would tell me that I couldn't do it and that it couldn't be done. And that's a bad reflection of their personality. And I'd seen times where those people that told me that they ended up going through a hard time and then nobody wanted to help them because they went around telling people that it couldn't be done. They went around putting other people down when they were successful. So then when a hard time hit them in life, no one wanted to help them because they didn't see the point in helping someone that wanted to put everybody else down. They wanted to belittle others to make themselves feel more important and as if they're of a higher value to the world around them. And to put value on someone is, it can be a bit tricky to do that. I mean, everyone's completely different. Everyone's got their own flaws. They've got their own strengths and their own weaknesses. And to completely dismiss someone because they're not successful yet is very arrogant. Because there's people that the world has no idea how talented they are. They have no idea the amount of work that they're going to put into something. And they hold them back and they put them down and judge them thinking that they're not going to be anything just because they're not there yet. Well, to even run, you've got to be able to crawl. So to say that you can't get to one point because you're not there doesn't make any sense. You know, when I had my leg injury back in 2013, I was getting back into running and lifting, and several people told me that it was dumb to continue lifting or continue to try to run, and I didn't pay attention to that. I didn't worry about the negativity and them putting me down because I was doing it for me. I was doing it because I enjoyed it, and it was just a really fun hobby. I'm going to get back into running and lifting again soon, and I've taken a short break from doing it because I'd gotten into drawing, and I feel like I was doing too much drawing because there's been many times where I wasn't making proper meals, I wasn't getting enough sleep, and I do feel less energy and I don't feel as healthy and motivated to do things since I haven't been exercising as much and from the long break I took from it. And sometimes when we want to do something, you have to make sacrifices, and that was my priority at the moment, and I want to have a balance to where I can do other hobbies as well. And so I'm not trying to seek perfection in all of them. And my goal isn't to try to be the best at everything. And I just want to be the best that I can be. I don't care to be better than anyone else or the best in the world at drawing, writing, poetry, powerlifting, or sprinting, or any of that. Because I just want to do it because I enjoy it. And if I do end up being one of the best in the world at something, then so be it. But that's not my goal. I don't feel the need to look at the end goal the entire time. I just want to pursue it because I enjoy it. And So that process of doing it and pursuing that goal, what's the most important to me as well is just enjoying it. I don't want to do a hobby or something that I don't enjoy just because someone else thinks that is something I should do. And we've all got our own hobbies and goals in life. So we shouldn't go telling others what they should or shouldn't do in life as far as the hobbies they have. You know, like say someone else has a completely different hobby than you. And just because that's not your interest is no reason to tell them that they shouldn't pursue it. I find interest in talking to people that have different goals and different hobbies. And it could be fun having a conversation with them because it gives me a different perspective on life, on many things, and I can even use that in my artwork. So don't put others down just because you're not in their position. And for those of you that are successful at something, don't put them down, because just remember, you were always, at one point, not successful. You were in their shoes one day. So just remember what it was like when you looked up to those that were successful like you and you wanted to be like that. Be someone that has a positive impact on others. Be someone that others aspire to be. No one can be perfect. You can't be perfect. I can't be perfect. But all we can truly do is to do our best. To strive to be our best. The best we can be. Not the best that others think we should be or want us to be. Do what you feel is right for you. And do what makes your life happy. Perfection does not exist. And beauty is in the eye of the beholder.